Citizens Fan Highway Patrol.
Let me say this to all of the movie companies. You should be doing as New Line and Miramax do, and that is sending me all of your movies, because both my wife and I are members of the Screen Actors Guild. My wife legitimately so. I don't know why I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild. Like I said, I was in something sometime, once. But because we look at these movies now, my wife and I watched Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
With Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes.
And Ralph Fiennes' brother, Joseph Fiennes.
How'd that go?
It's fabulous. God, what a great movie.
Really?
Oh, man.
So Bo and Joy were right.
Bo and Joy reviewed that. They 2 thumbs up on. It's a great movie. God, very clever.
You never say that.
No, I'm telling you, it's a great movie.
Wow.
But I don't have any. But we vote. You know. We vote in the deal. So. And look I have this program which. I claim we have 15 million listeners. We probably have around 10.
25.
No, I claim we have 20 million. I do claim we have 15 million. Yeah. I don't think we do. I think we probably have
12.
10, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Great movie.
I'm very influential. Why don't you sending me your movies?
You thought Waterboy was a great movie, though.
No, I didn't. I didn't see it even.
Sorry.
Shakespeare in Love is a great movie.
Won a Golden Globe last night.
Well, it should have. I watched some of that.
Best musical or comedy?
Jack Nicholson was kind of funny last night. He got the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement thing. Jack was fairly amusing.
Yeah.
Guy is like 70 years old. He still seems to have it pretty much together.
I think he does, as a matter of fact.
And Warren Beatty was amusing as well. So.
What time were you watching this, for crying out loud?
Because Wyatt was on all. Well, he was pounding on a pillow. What was I supposed to do?
Go in another room. You got to get up.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. No. I wouldn't care if I was up all night with him. He doesn't, he's not crying, of course. He doesn't cry, but
he's just amusing himself.
And he thinks that then he'll pound on the pillow, and then he'll look over at you and grin like. And I'm saying to him, and Breen claims that my wife and Breen claim that they understand a lot more than I think they do. But I did say to him, what are we hoping to accomplish? It's 11 o'clock.
Well,
he slept for 17 minutes yesterday. That's it. Breen said, doesn't he take any naps? I said, no. He doesn't take any naps.
Well,
he doesn't want to take any naps.
Too much to do. There are pillows to be pounded, damn it.
So he's pounded on a pillow at 11 o'clock last night, and I left at 4:30 this morning. He was up then. His mother was not in a great mood, so. I don't know. Anyway, so I watched the movie. He watched it. I think he actually slept through this.
Really?
Can't believe that, by the way. We watched it Saturday night, so that may have been the deal.
Well, yeah.
He actually decided he slept. Sometimes he'll sleep for 5 or 6 hours, but that's not often.
It certainly wasn't last
night. He sleeps during the night, He'll wake up once sometimes during the night, but.
Oh, brother. Well.
This man, what a whack job.
Imus in the morning, 2020 Sports. Let's go to the audio tape.
Barkley hands off to Artest, fakes. Now he launches the three-pointer. It's good! The game is tied! 1.1 second to go. 81-81. Battier looking inbound. Throws it long down court. Tipped away Artest. He grabs. Fires the long shot off the backboard, and we're going to overtime.
A thriller at the world's most famous arena. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. Gary Cohen, the call of a Final Four-like college game in January as number 2 Duke beat St. John's in overtime. A great game. Duke, though, aided when St. John's star Ron Artest fouled out in OT. St. John's coach Mike Jarvis asked if Duke was lucky.
It's not about luck. It's not about luck. It's not about luck.
Red Storm receiving 40 points.
I could see where he could get very tedious very quickly.
Very hard.
Red Storm getting 40 points from Bootsy Thornton. Bootsy with 7 threes. Even better game in the second game of that doubleheader is Fordham with a huge win over St. Bonaventure.
Bo Deedle's on the phone for some reason. Good morning, Bo.
Attention. Then try your calling.
He hung up.
Good Lord. What do you think? What is Bo doing up at this time of morning? It's 8 minutes to 7 o'clock Eastern time.
He's getting ready to pack it in.
He only sleeps 17 minutes a day.
Well, he's calling about the Shakespeare in Love.
I guess he feels vindicated now.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well, I don't even believe they go see these movies. Oh, Joey. What difference does it make? I would never go see a movie based on what they said about it.
2 fat thumbs up.
Yeah.
Broncos and Falcons have landed in Miami, site of Super Bowl 33 on Sunday. And Atlanta coach Dan Reeves' first words, let it die. Reeves referring to all the talk of his feud with Broncos coach Mike Shanahan and quarterback John Elway. It's a nice thought, but it was old Dan who first fired it all up last week. But Reeves now says he's sorry he reopened the wounds from their days back in Denver. Deep wounds, apparently. Reeves and Elway seem to be okay, but Reeves and Shanahan absolutely hate each other. After the Broncos won the Super Bowl last year, Reeves reportedly told friends it was one of the worst days of his life. And when Reeves was hospitalized after quadruple bypass surgery last year, Shanahan reportedly shut off Reeves' IV in the intensive care unit. And we don't have that confirmed, but that's the rumor going around. So Super Bowl 33 with some extra spice, just 6 days away. And on a programming note, Fox's pregame show just began about 30 minutes ago, and it'll run right up until kickoff.
Do you watch those pregame shows? Sure. I will watch every minute of it, won't you?
The second it comes on, I'm right there.
It starts at 8 o'clock on the West Coast in the morning, and I'll watch every minute of it.
Certainly.
Tell me I'll have it on. I won't.
I mean, you got to get ready. It's part of getting ready.
11, 12 times.
Because what starts actually, well, no, I'll have to watch Meet the Press and Sam and Cokie and Schieffer. So I'll watch that stuff, but then I'll switch over to.
Oh, okay.
So I may miss the first. I'll miss the first hour is all.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Then you'll be there.
Because all the Sunday morning shows are over by noon, except for
got to get up.
Late edition with Frank Sesno, which I believe I'm going to miss. What else going on?
All-Star Weekend these past 3 days in Tampa. NHL All-Star Weekend. What a weekend it was, man. Capped off with the exciting All-Star game where North America team battled the World Squad, and North America winning 8-6. Wayne Gretzky a goal and 2 assists for the MVP award. At age 61, Gretzky the oldest player ever to win that award. And a shocker from hockey, Mike Keenan fired again. The happy-go-lucky coach given the pink slip from, I'll give you $5 if you can name who he was the coach of.
The Avalanche.
I don't want any help. I don't get any help.
Well, the last time I knew, I had any idea where he was in St. Louis, but he's not there.
No.
He went someplace else.
Right.
Was it a Canadian team?
Yes.
Well, that's all I know.
All right. We'll try again later.
The Ottawa Chinooks or something.
Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
And in golf, David Duval wins the Bob Hope Classic, was 7 back going into the final round, and he shot a 59.
Good Lord.
Tied for the best mark ever. 11 birdies for Duval during the round. No 7s on any of his par 5s.
What kind of golf course is it they can shoot a 59 on?
Unbelievable.
Pitch and putt.
It's not a hard, it's like a pitch and putt golf course?
No, full 72.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Evening.
No 7 on his par 5s, man.
Oh, that's fine.
That's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
Imus in the morning.
All right, let me talk to you about Bigelow Tea.
Next, South Lawn. In spite of ever-increasing unpopularity, the impeachment trial drags on, while Batman's approval ratings continue to soar.
If we could just keep this thing going for another couple of months, I could actually get my numbers up over the 90% mark.
Senators prepare questions for White House lawyers and House prosecutors in an attempt to clarify conflicting statements in the record.
Here's the question I've been asking myself. Why the hell did I have an affair with that nutjob manatee Monica?
A vote is taken to decide whether to dismiss the case or call witnesses.
No, don't dismiss. Get that fat cow up on the stand talking about the BJs. It'll get everybody in America a boner.
Yet despite all the sound and fury, it signifies nothing, as ultimately there aren't enough votes to convict.
So we may as well have a good time while we can. I want to see Trent Lott question Betty Curry and Vernon Jordan. It'll be just like To Kill a Mockingbird.
Meanwhile, controversy brews in the state of New Jersey, where a benefit concert for Mumia Abu Jamal is held.
Hey, wait a second. They're holding a fundraiser for a convicted cop killer? How come nobody's done that for me? Shania Twain, All Saints, that hot little 16-year-old Britney Spears. Baby, one more time. I'll give it to you as many times as you want.
South Lawn, where the only thing on trial that has a chance of conviction is good taste.
Oh, my God. Dude, you killed Bob Barr. That's right. And tickets are on sale right now for my benefit concert. Does anybody have Sheryl Crow's phone number?
Everybody has Sheryl Crow's phone number.
6 minutes after the hour, and I am Imus in the morning. David Bloom, the White House correspondent for NBC News, is coming up. But first, here's Chuck for a little news. Good morning, Charles.
Just some headlines quickly ahead of Mr. Bloom. Iraq says women and children have been killed, I-Man, by a U.S.-British missile attack in a crowded area.
Big woman makes big shots at the Australian Open. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. Top-seeded Lindsay Davenport is in the semifinals of the Grand Slam event. Davenport early this morning whacked Venus Williams straight sets, 6-4, 6-love. The big-boned buxom blonde needed just an hour to dispose of Venus. In the other quarterfinal match, Amelia Mauresmo knocked off 11-seed Dominique Van Roost in straight sets to advance to the semis. Who is this Amelia Mauresmo? She's only 19, unseeded, innocent, soft.
Oh, come on.
Vulnerable. Another quarterfinal later today, Steffi Graf versus Monica Seles. Steffi was asked if she still has the hunger to win it all.
I'm still as hungry, I think, as I was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And the joy and freshness for the sport is still very much there.
Can it get any better than a hungry Steffi Graf? I don't think so. College basketball, #1 UConn.
You really are just a gnat.
Still undefeated. You feel the same way as I do. You just are afraid to admit it because you're whipped by that young wife of yours.
Fine.
#1 UConn.
Yours must not be listening.
No, she's not up now. #1 UConn winning at Georgetown, 78-71. Georgetown's new coach, Craig Esherick, the man who took over for John Thompson, knew why his team fell short.
You know, we have to put the ball in the basket.
Thompson obviously taught him well. Old Craig knows the game. And Super Bowl 33 rapidly approaching. Today is media day for the Broncos and Falcons. This year, 3,200 members of the media will be in one place to ask every question imaginable. Of course, this game features some hateable players, none more than Bill Romanowski, the Bronco linebacker who spits on opponents. And then there's Darian Gordon, the Bronco defensive back, who was upset after the Jets game with what he thought was a cheap shot by Todd Berger. Said Gordon, "This was the cheapest of the cheap. If I had my gun, I would have blown his brains out right there on the field."
All right.
Nice. Got to root for Darian Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Broncos, though, with a favorite. Falcons coach Dan Reeves has one wish for his club.
That's all I ask our football team to do. I hope we play well for 3 quarters in all 4 phases of the game, and then see who wins the thing.
Dan a little confused. I think he meant in all 4 quarters in all 3 phases of the game, but he's obviously a little distracted right now by his hatred of Mike Shanahan, the Bronco head coach.
How do we determine who it torments more, who it impacts on more to lose? What do you think?
I believe it impacts Shanahan more right now.
Really?
Yes. If you asked me this a month ago or before Reeves had his heart problems, I'd say Reeves. But Reeves is at peace with himself now.
No, he's not.
More peace than Shanahan, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. And don't forget, it was Reeves that fired Shanahan.
Right.
So Shanahan's the one that has those "I was fired by this guy" feelings.
Right.
So I think Shanahan, as I said yesterday, he has more of a possibility of punching Reeves at midfield after the game.
Well, that's not going to happen, but we want him to be really... We do want him to be... We need more accurate information, which we're
Plus,
obviously not getting.
the Broncos are favored, so they're expected to win. That's why I think Shanahan would react in a bad way.
Pretty good point.
All right.
Imus in the morning.
From Newsweek's coming up, score after the hour. We're talking with Denise Austin, who is the sister-in-law of Tracy Austin. Although you guys look similar, you know that.
I know we do.
Say, I wonder what's going on there with your husband, marrying somebody who looks a lot like his sister.
Oh, my God.
I just raised the question. You can
Well,
either
you
answer
know,
it or
they
not.
say as you grow older and you live together and you're married a long time, you start to look alike. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Imus must be married to Katharine Hepburn then.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Did you see the picture of Ted Kennedy in the New York
No,
Post this
show
morning?
me, I gotta
Charles, do you
see
have it?
I think I gave it to
He
you.
goes up and down. Is he on his upside?
Well, there it is on the television.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
He needs my Rock
That's it.
Hard House video.
Yes, he
Come
does.
on, Teddy, you can do it.
Look at that.
Yeah. What would you do with a person like that?
I would actually take him for walks. I'd get him out there doing something cardiovascular.
Swimming?
He does play tennis, I know that.
Maybe he can swim right behind.
Imus in the morning.
Their mission is to deliver financial...
We're rooting based on who will be more tormented by losing which coach because of this feud between them.
Oh, I think that's blown out of proportion. Right now, nobody cares about that.
I don't think that's true at all. I think I just think
care. Now,
we care. I think you're wrong about that. These people hate each other.
Well, here's the incentive. You want to know the incentive?
Yeah.
What?
If Denver wins, Mike Shanahan, because of an incentive clause, gets an extra $500,000.
Yeah.
That's an incentive.
There you go.
Ask Peter King about that.
So that's another
How about
reason.
that?
Perfect.
That's another reason to root against Shanahan, right?
Betcha.
Yeah, $500,000. $500,000.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to root against a guy who doesn't get any money, but
But it's a torment.
Misery thing.
it's
all.
who's going to be the most psychically damaged by
Right.
losing. And
I would say if I lost $500,000, I would be.
who do you think will be? Because of this relationship. There's Steve from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Steve, what do you know about this?
How you doing? I'm a Denver fan. Here you go. Basically, what it boils down to is Elway believes, and I believe this, that Reeves tried to sabotage his career by getting rid of Shanahan. Some things were said to play calling. The worst year he ever had was when Reeves was coach. But your reason for who's going to be tormented the most for losing is kind of wrong. I'll tell you, you got the right idea here, but knowing your show here, you got to be rooting for Dan Reeves to win. Because here he is, you picture this now, he's in the presentation room there. They're giving him the trophy, okay? This guy's going to get such a hard-on. Love it all over the place. He's going to have a heart attack right there on the spot and keel over. This is why we want to root for him.
You really are you can't believe what an idiot you are.
Imus in the morning, 2020 sports. If you had Ross Perot and 9% of the vote, you lost. Here's Warner Wolf.
Good morning, Warner.
Good morning.
Moron. How did he get through?
I don't know.
It's just God almighty. Don't even talk to these people, Bernard, and clear them through.
He's a typical sports fan.
God almighty. First
Idiot.
time. What does it mean, by the way, first time, long time? What does that mean?
They just think they're a star on the air for some reason.
Well, what-
First time, long
First time.
What does that mean?
First time I
time
phoned in a long
caller.
time.
Well, you can't be
First time caller.
first time and long time.
Long time listener.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, so
They feel the need to say that when they get on the air.
Yeah.
So they've been listening a long time, and this is the first time they call,
right.
which they're probably lying about.
And the last time, maybe the last time.
Long time last
First time loser, forever loser.
That's right.
This guy's on our car phones hanging on for a half an hour to talk to one of these. It's beyond my ability to comprehend.
Who knows?
Anyway, good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. How much will we bet with friends or in office pools or bookmakers on Sunday Super Bowl? An estimated $6 billion.
There you go.
$6 billion. That's why people care about the point spread. You either take the Falcons with 7 or take the Broncos and give 7. The other bet, the over-under, which is 54 points. Combined total of the two
Right.
teams, like 30 to 27. Our head
But
coach,
see, we're not in it for
you
that.
don't care about
No, we want to know who wins.
That's right.
And then we want to know who gets the ring, the trophy.
That's right.
Well, do you think head coaches are aware of the point spreads?
Yes.
Here's Broncos Mike Shanahan.
A year ago that everybody was talking about the Green Bay Packers and whatever points, were they 2 touchdown favorites, 12-point favorites. It all depends on who you talk to at what time.
See? They're aware of that point spread.
They're looking at it.
Take the Falcons and 7.
There you go.
Okay.
If you thought Bill Parcells was going to coach the NFL Pro Bowl in Hawaii,
Nope.
you lost.
Nope.
Parcells has received a medical excuse from a doctor who told the league Parcells was showing the physical effects of the long season and should not travel to Hawaii.
Oh, tough gig.
Oh, man.
Go to Hawaii.
hate
Thank
that.
God he got out of that.
What a gig.
The problem is they picked the losing coach of the NFC and AFC conference championship games. Who wants to go after that? You lost the big game.
that's it.
Nobody wants to coach the Pro Bowl.
No.
The players don't even want to go.
Should have won then.
Yeah, they should have won.
That's right. Talk about nobody cares. The men's semifinals for the Australian Open. Tommy Haas against Yevgeny Kafelnikov and Thomas Enquist against Nicholas Lapente.
All right.
Boy, that ought to pack them in. Get them out. They'd be better off bringing in the John McEnroe Old Timers
You're right.
Tour.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, the women, that's where the action is.
Yeah.
Lindsay Davenport eliminated Venus Williams. A strand of Williams' braided head beads fell on the court and was penalized a point.
Mm-hmm.
Monica Seles beat Steffi Graf, Martina Hingis over Mary Pierce. These are big names.
Darn tootin'.
This is where it's at. That's why women's tennis has completely smashed men's tennis.
Blown it
That's
away.
all there is to it.
Yeah.
You don't care about this, huh, man?
No.
No. Knicks and Nets will play at the Garden tonight, an exhibition game. Admission is free. However, one fan was already caught this morning outside the Garden trying to scalp tickets.
Really? No.
And the worst part is somebody bought them.
We'll be talking with Jason Williams later this morning, by the way, from the Nets.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah.
And Jason Williams has made some very ugly comments about Patrick Ewing.
Yes, he did.
And about
Spike Lee.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
And what did he say about it? Do you know, Warner? Well, we'll find out.
He did.
Uh-huh.
He said the negotiations are a joke. If you ask the players, they'd say, let's play ball. Mm-hmm. Which is probably true. And that's why the players' union caved in.
Right.
You remember, we never found out what would have happened that morning.
Sure.
I would suspect that the players would have said, let's play ball.
That's it. What did he have to say about Patrick Ewing and Spike Lee?
Well, because Patrick Ewing was one of the big representative of the players.
Jason was not supportive of that? Well, we'll find out.
He was...
When will Jason be on, Bernard?
Later on in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As soon as he gets up.
Okay, Warner Wolf here in the Imus Morning program. 12 minutes till they are. We have a special section at all Barnes & Noble bookstores around the country, the Imus book section, in which all of the Imus American Book Award nominees, there'll be 12 of them, they'll be announced in January, will go in and you'll be able to vote on them. One of those 12 will not be Boomer Esiason's novel.
Oh, no.
Well, why is that? Because it's dreadful.
Oh, get out of here. You know?
So are you?
I'm doing fine. How was your weekend?
Don't worry about it.
Come on, I am worried
business how my weekend was. Butt out.
What's wrong with you?
What?
This has become the most uncomfortable interview of the week. Every week it's the same thing.
Why?
You start so negative.
All right, take two. Good morning, Mr. Esiason.
Good morning, Ivan. How are you doing?
None of your business, you loser.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Hey, how about the Kansas City Charger game yesterday? Poor old Marty Schottenheimer.
I feel bad for him. It's, I'll tell you, Marty's one of the class coaches in all the league, and he's got some players on there that kind of, giving up on him.
He's got to get rid of his brothers. Brothers killing him.
Kind of like your brother's killing you, or you're killing your brother.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
I'm Vernon Jordan. Good morning, Mr. Jordan.
Amos, since this whole Monica Lewinsky matter first came to light, I have cooperated with the independent prosecutor's investigation faithfully, truthfully, and to the best of my ability. But now I got to testify in the Senate impeachment trial? What the hell did that fat bitch say to those three boys over in that suite at the Mayflower the other day? What make these house managers think I got something more to add to what I already done told the grand jury 5 times? Is that monkey-ass Henry Hyde having difficulty reading my original testimony? If he is, it's probably only because there's a mayonnaise stain on it. You seen how that boy waddled over to the podium to speak? That's the funniest damn thing I ever seen in my life. Lumbering out his chair, shuffling over to the Senate floor. Hey. Put me in the mind of one of them roller skating brown bears from the circus. Well, here's what I have repeatedly said before. At the president's request, I drove the girl up to New York to get her a job at Revlon. The only thing I can say in retrospect that would possibly alter that statement is I should have taken the bitch over to Jenny Craig, tried to get her a gig as a before model. Because maybe she would have actually procured that position and we all wouldn't be where we are today. You know, I originally had some doubts that she actually performed that all-sex on Bubba, because I found it difficult to believe that she would have taken a meatball hero out her mouth long enough to stick the president's penis in it. But I wasn't promising her no job in exchange for her silence. No. I only took her up to New York to get her out of Bubba's hair, because she was making such a nuisance of herself.
starting to get like one of them fatal attraction deals. President was worried Chelsea'd wake up one morning, find her little kitty swimming in the crock pot. Now, after Monica was subpoenaed, I did help her find a lawyer, but only because she was about to call Jacoby and Myers. I said, girl, this ain't no slip and fall. You're not suing nobody. Even though it's a miracle you didn't get whiplash from doing that head bob on the executive member in the Oval Office. She said, okay, give me Johnny Cochran. I said, Monica, Johnny only have experience in cases where there's a dead white girl. And if I was you, I wouldn't be giving Bubba no ideas, unless you think about taking a one-way midnight stroll down to Fort Mossy Park. Ultimately, it don't make a difference what anybody testify, Imus, because the president will, as he always has, surmount his adversity. In fact, he bounces back with such frequency, proficiency, and alacrity, I would suggest that he go down in history as the rubber president. That is, if those words didn't unfortunately have a double meaning.
Vernon Mason here on the Imus. Not Vernon Mason, Vernon Jordan.
Yes. Yes. Well,
I am Imus White. This is WFAN in New York, and I guess it came out like this.
Day for the market today. The Dow Industrial was down 124 points. The S&P 500 was down 9 points, and NASDAQ was down 26. Stocks we are looking at include AOL up 11.5 to 166.5. Yoo-hoo down 15 3/8 to 335 7/8. IBM down 7 5/16 to 178 5/16. Microsoft down 2 15 16 to 168 5/8. And Chase down 1 1/8 to 73 1/8.
That's enough. That's fine. Yoo-hoo.
What an AOL he is. By the way.
Well, that's a...
One of the leading gatekeepers to the World Wide Web, Yoo-hoo, has just confirmed plans today, this morning, to buy GeoCities in a stock swap valued at more than $4.5 billion.
And Amazon.com, I guess, has got more invested capital than, or is worth more, or more is, I don't understand the term, but than Merrill Lynch. There's $29 billion.
Wow.
And they make no money. Or they haven't indicated that they have.
Right.
Yet, so.
Right. Very
crazy.
So the bottom's going to fall out of that situation.
Well,
I'm going to sell.
I feel like selling right now.
No. Chris Collinsworth, we finally located him. He's coming up. I don't know where he is, but the mess we have here at the radio station is, speaking of Mike and the Mad Dog, Francesa, our guy, the sports doctor, they sent him to Miami to cover the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Logical.
Well, big sports show, you would think, the Mike and the Mad Dog show, and I guess Chris has gone down today, Mad Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Francesa calls yesterday to the program director and says that he wants today off, Super Bowl Thursday.
Yeah.
Now, we've sent him to Florida to do shows featuring people who are participating or are somehow have some connection to the Super Bowl on their programs, to interview players and whatever.
Establish a Super Bowl presence.
Yes.
Sure.
And they gave it to him. They gave it to him off. They said, fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So Lou comes back in my office, and we're sitting back there with the general manager, the new general manager of the station, Lee Davis, and Lou says, you're not going to believe this, but... And so, just in an effort to cause trouble, and the new general manager, Lee Davis, is very easy to push his buttons.
Yeah. Went crazy.
Yeah. So he's trying to establish his authority and his presence here at the radio station, and to let the program director know and everybody else that he's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So
the man.
Like he's going to have something to say about any of this stuff, which is just beyond preposterous. But
laughable.
At any rate, it's laughable. But at any rate, I mean, the general manager of the radio station essentially runs the sales department, and that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the stuff is just butt out.
Just listen.
Yeah. So it was very easy to poke Lee, and Lee's assuring me and others in the office that he's going to whip the program director, Chernoff, into shape, and they're going to insist that Francesa now work, because we just thought it was so outrageous that we sent this guy to Florida to cover the Super Bowl, and he wants a day off. I mean, to day off to do what? Now, if Lou hadn't come back and told me this, or if I'd have been doing something else, been back in production or
been on the phone even.
Anything. Nothing would have ever happened. And Chris would have done the show today by himself. Mike would have been off. Wouldn't have meant anything to anybody. Nobody would have cared. Nobody would have said anything. Nobody would have thought anything about it.
Nobody would have noticed.
But but I did think it was outrageous that well, first of all, Mike goes down to Florida. You can't get a hold of him. The radio station doesn't know how to get in touch with him. So if he doesn't call, you can't. He's got a cell phone. Well, he may or may not answer that.
Caller ID.
And his cell phone, you don't know where he is. Obviously.
Yeah.
Now, why he is concealing his whereabouts is beyond anybody's ability to understand. So now they're making him work today.
Yeah.
So
nothing would have happened here. I mean, the thing that must be emphasized, nothing would have happened had you not sat there and planted the suggestion in the general manager's mind.
And
Everything
so
was
now,
fine. They said, fine, sure, go ahead.
Now they're all mad at you, right, Lou, for telling me.
No, never speaking to me again.
So
it was just a harmless thing, too. Just, hey, listen to what Francesa's going to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it, too. In the newsroom.
Oh, sure. And now what you just...
And now there's a huge, huge mess.
Yeah.
That's what is the upshot.
Everybody's upset.
Over something that we didn't care anything about. Still don't.
That was
just happy for the displeasure that it caused.
Yeah. Now, to add to all of this, as you may or may not know, I really like Francesa.
Yes.
So we love Francesa, as a matter of fact. In fact, we have him on the show all the time.
He's the best.
So he is the best.
He is.
We tried to get him on. What sort of irritated me this week is we tried to get him on the program this week and couldn't get a hold of him.
Well, of course not. No one could.
Which is then we went to Peter King from Sports Illustrated, who turned out, even though he was on his Sports Illustrated sneaker phone, and the quality was hideous. It was like he's being held and marked from Milwaukee's basement with duct tape around his mouth. Turned out to be a pretty good guest. And then we talked to Lupica, and so... But and Francesa and Parcells are great friends, and Parcells, of course, came up with a phony doctor's note to get out of coaching the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Because he only go to Hawaii to coach the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And then Francesa, I guess, wanted to hang around with Parcells today. I don't know what they were going to do. Obviously the coach, Parcells, can't play golf or anything because of this.
Oh, he's too ill.
Because of this serious medical problem is preventing him from going to the Hawaii to coach the Pro Bowl.
Sure.
Maybe Mike was going to take care of him. So
Could be. Bring him chicken soup and stuff like that.
Some grapes.
And then in addition to all of that, they're making these guys broadcast from the lobby of some hotel in Florida.
Yeah.
That is there's no security, so all of the fans are swarming all over the place. And these are the kinds of people who show up and wait around in hotel lobbies to get autographs of people like Phil Simms.
They are marked from Milwaukee.
Yeah. And so they can't get any guests to appear on their program. Mike and Chris can't, because the guests don't want to come over in a hotel lobby and be
harassed.
And be harassed by the fans and have to sign 100 autographs. They just don't want to do that.
Hassle.
Be hassled by these fans. So. So that's also got Mike torqued off. Plus, he doesn't want to be there anyway because he's so upset that the Jets didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And there's little or no interest by almost anybody here in New York over the Super Bowl anyway, because nobody cares.
Right.
Whether Atlanta or other than us, and we only care because we know the coaches hate each other.
Exactly.
So it's a real mess, and
it's serious. Sure.
Now the program director actually snapped at me this morning, which he'll pay for, by the way. And we haven't heard from Francesa. We still can't get a hold of Francesa. Is there any way to get a hold of Francesa?
We could try Parcells' house.
See if we can get a hold of Francesa. We're going to talk to Chris Collingsworth coming up. But see if we can get a hold of Francesa between now and 10 and just see. And we'll just pretend like we won't say anything about what we've done.
How's the game going to turn out?
Now, he knows. Does Francesa know that I've caused all this trouble?
Yes.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yeah.
Does he, Lou?
I think he's blaming it on Lou, though.
He hates me.
Oh, okay.
He probably knows all that.
He already knows you're a jackass. So he's kind of surprised at Lou. So little Lou is bearing the brunt of this? Is that the...
Well, yeah. Well, why wouldn't he, Well, he likes me. But wait, he knows why I did it, right? That has nothing to do with him.
No, his agony is your oxygen.
Yeah, it's just his agony is my oxygen.
Basically.
It's just to cause problems, which of course we've done. Now we've got
enormous.
And then it developed. Now a rift is beginning to develop between the manager and the program director, because and then Chris described the manager as a wimp yesterday.
Yep.
Because so now Chernoff's has all been out of shape about that.
Sure. The I-Man couldn't be happier.
No, it doesn't get any better.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. I know you got Imus. Hey, if you think you win big here, I know you got Imus. If you think you win, shake that thing. Because the thing to say, Imus in the morning.
I didn't remember when he first mentioned the story, but as soon as he mentioned it,
came back.
Of course I remember that. God. Jeez. The bright guy, isn't he? Conquest. A beargram is the most creative way to impress your Valentine this year. When you place your beargram order, your baby going to be receiving that beautiful, fat little handcrafted Voimont teddy bear with the romantic card and the free chocolate, all shipped in a colorful gift box. All you have to do is call the Bear Counselor at 1-800-829-BEAR. They'll help you choose from over 100 bears, like Teddy and a Teddy. That sounds like some Fred again, huh? A little devil bear, Cupid, red hot lover bear, love bandit bear, and a blue without you bear. You can even personalize a bear to fit your hobby, occupation, favorite sport with their name embroidered on the bear's outfit. For about the cost of a dozen roses, you can send a handmade Voimont teddy bear, which your baby will love forever. Here's the number to call to get the bear, 1-800-829-BEAR, 1-800-829-BEAR. The Voimont teddy bear people. They got it going on. Shut up. You got it going on. TSR Wireless, your source for wireless communication, has great airtime plans from AT&T. Right now, the hot new Nokia 5120 digital phone, free when you purchase 60 minutes of airtime from AT&T for just $24.99 a month. You also get unlimited local nights and weekends for just $9.95 a month. The Nokia 5120 weighs less than 6 ounces with a standard battery and fits right in your front pocket. Features include call forwarding, call waiting, caller ID, one-touch dialing, 1-year limited warranty, 100 locations for names and phone numbers. TSR Wireless is America's... There's enough names in there for all the pages Breen bagged over there at NBC before he got married. 25 years, 50 stores in the tri-state area. TSR Wireless, 1-800-795. Or ING, 1-800-795. What's the matter?
Every just sold my wild oats.
7464. That's what I'm saying.
You know, I was in Wakefield, Illinois.
Huge upset at the Australian Open. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. Number 1 seed and top-ranked Lindsay Davenport loses in the semifinals to unseeded 19-year-old Amelia Mauresmo. Davenport seems smitten by the young beauty from France to the point of distraction during the match. And if you think I'm just fantasizing, listen to Davenport speak about Mauresmo.
If you look, she's a very, very strong girl. A couple of times, I thought I was playing a guy. The girl was hitting it so hard and so strong, and I'd look over there, and she's so strong in those shoulders.
She hits like a man, walks like a man. She must be a man. Davenport thinking she's playing a man. There's something weird going on out there.
I think you're right.
Now, Mauresmo will face Martina Hingis in the finals.
You really are, man. I mean, you
heard what she said.
You have like oatmeal between your ears, like cornflakes.
Hingis eliminating Monica Seles. Seles understood why she lost.
I was really flat. I think she was just too good. I was a step too slow to a lot of balls.
You can pretty much say most of the women on the tour are slow to a lot of balls.
Flat.
Monica Seles. So what a final we'll have. Martina Hingis against big, strong-shouldered Amelia Mauresmo.
You really are just a pig.
Super Bowl 33. Broncos have their guys like Bill Romanowski and Shannon Sharp who will not shut up. Falcons have a few of their own. None worse than Eugene Robinson, the veteran safety who talked about what kind of player he is.
I can run when I have something to run for and run to. That's what I can do. That's football. But the other stuff is just gymnastics. And I'm not your guy. I'm not Nadia Comaneci. I won't get a perfect 10.
No. He wasn't done there, though. Talked about the perception of his team, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, my goodness. We got a good team, and nobody knows. Nobody knows we got a good team. And I know what a good team looks like. I know what a good team smells like. I know what a good team sounds like. We got a good team.
Why can't he boycott the media like other pro athletes?
Well, I don't see anything wrong with him. What's the problem?
Okay, fine. He's been talking to everybody for the past week.
I don't have a problem with that. Why do you guys go stick a microphone in his face?
What do you mean, you guys? Well, you see me down there sticking a microphone in his face?
No, but you're one of them. You're just like one of the media gnats.
Representative of them.
Yeah, you're emblematic of these people.
And you're just another DJ.
Have we been able to get a hold of Francesa?
Negative.
Okay.
No. Negative.
So that's how outrageous this situation is. Here we have a guy, our guy from the radio station, WFAN in New York, down in Miami covering the Super Bowl, and we can't get a hold of him. I mean, it's outrageous, isn't it?
Well, he's not on the air till later.
Oh, well, and the program director, he thinks that's fine. So, and he says, well, they can't do anything to them because they're number one in their demographic and their ratings, and so that, in his mind, that means that they can't. Well, of course they can. Wouldn't make any difference. It could be Steve and a Mad Dog, or Bill and the Mad Dog, or
Rhesus Monkey and the Mad Dog.
Yeah, it doesn't just make any difference.
Soupy and the Mad Dog.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not disparaging Mike, but I mean, what's Mike going to do then? Where does he go get a comparable job? He doesn't. So, I mean, they're all walking around thinking me. Well, plus, I don't act like that, though.
No.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
Easy eye, they call it.
And you even wonder, well, you wonder what motivates them, don't you? But I mean, what is it? You know what it is? They get too big. They in their own mind, they get too big to do their own shows. They get so many outside actors. Believe me, I went through this. Back in the 70s, I was exactly the same way, wasn't I?
Precisely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Management couldn't talk to me, and the problem was that the program got in the way of my other activities.
Too big to come in.
Too big to do the show.
The 80s, too, a little bit.
I needed to. Well, no, I was just drunk and on drugs. And I had a little better attitude in the 80s, didn't I, or did I? Yes, I did. I had a better attitude.
I'm trying to think back.
How can you remember?
Well, because I can remember, that's all.
That's the first.
Didn't destroy every cell.
No.
Just most cells.
So they completely, totally lose perspective. And you know what it really does come down to?
Something's happened.
Not that happy with what they're doing. You got to really be doing what you want to do.
Right.
So he would rather, you know what it goes back to, the basics, is that he and Chris hate each other. Not hate each other, but they don't like each other.
Yeah.
And they've been forced to do this program together, and so
thrown together in an uneasy relationship.
Yes. And so Francesa has to acknowledge, whether he wants to or not, that part of the success of the program is a result of Chris's participation in it.
Certainly.
Right.
So.
It's such a difficult life.
Yeah.
It's a painful admission to make.
It is a painful admission to make.
Absolutely.
And if you're unhappy, you're unhappy.
Because Mike is convinced that he could get the very same ratings without Chris, and he could. He's right.
Sure.
So if you're going to listen to sports radio and you're going to call a radio station and you're going to listen to St. Givers the Truth on.
That's it.
And what are you going to listen to?
First time, long time.
So
that's all you need to know.
But you would think Francesa would be loyal to us. If he wants to diss the radio station, that's fine, but
it's the I-Man.
We can't even get a hold of him.
No.
I may give him his big start.
Yeah, I may give him his break.
That's right.
That's it.
Too big now. He's too big to be on our program.
Ooh. Not good. Not good.
Man, slap in the face.
It is.
Yeah, dissing us.
Sure.
That's what started all this.
Ungrateful.
Absolutely ungrateful. You're right, Brain. Absolutely ungrateful.
How does your back feel with that gaping wound in it? I
Stabbing the I-Man in the back.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, big boat.
Trying to chest.
How about the eyeball,
Moose?
Now it's gotten down to your moose. It's going. Keep it going.
Yeah,
here it goes.
Stephen Weasel. Oh no, I love Francesa, but I mean
he's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart, but he's got so many emotional psychological problems that you wouldn't even know. It'd take 50 Dr. Whitkins to straighten him out.
He's an emotional catacomb.
Absolutely, just a absolute. He's a what?
Yeah, he's like a catacomb. He's an emotional.
No, I know. It's just, it's unbelievable.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine? Imus in the morning.
All right, let me talk to you about Newman's Own.
In the world.
Yeah. Well, but you told us you were supposed to work Saturday. That's not true.
That's the deal Charlie and I worked out. But then he reneged on it.
No. When you asked for Thursday off and you said you would work Saturday, what did I say? Don't need you. You weren't scheduled to work. Take the day off.
Oh, that was your second plan. That wasn't our original plan.
Well, you were never on the schedule for Saturday.
You left us with the impression, Mike, that you were working 9 days in a row.
I'm working both Sundays down, and I was going to work Saturday, so that is 9 days in a row, yes.
Yes, but if you were only going to work Saturday if you got Thursday off.
That is correct, yes. But I work both Sundays, too. So what's the difference?
It's not 9 days in a row.
Oh, excuse me. 8 out of 9. Excuse me. Now you're nitpicking. What's that? And listen,
No. I'm not
going to run that by. I have a great relationship with Turner. I have a much better relationship with Turnoff than you have.
Well, I have a great. What are you talking about? I have a great
relationship. Comes out of your office banging his little head against the wall every morning. I don't put through that every day.
What kind of relationship do we have, Turnoff?
Very good relationship.
Who has a better relationship, you and me or you and Mike?
I love both of you.
Now, see, maybe what a little
I
weasel.
do. I'm not a weasel. I have a great relationship with both of you.
Okay, who's easier to work with, me or Mike?
Oh, boy.
Who's easier to work with? I am. Case closed.
Mike, you heard him say it.
Don, that's like asking, who's the more vicious serial killer, okay?
Pretty funny. All right, let me tell you. That's it, turn up, get out. All right.
They had a little Willie Jr. and Patty Hall. Well, the baby got famous in his previous scene. Doing the hand jive on TV. Hand jive. Hand jive. Hand jive. Doing that crazy hand jive. Imus in the morning.
Other than such emergency alarms sound at one of our nation's most prestigious media outlets as crisis befalls the vaunted American Broadcasting Company, ABC. Here now, veteran broadcast fix-it man, Walter Cronkite.
Counselor, advisor, guide, redeemer of television programs run aground. However, not this time. No, for this time I face a television entity whose physical condition is too far gone. The dimensions of its dilemma too overwhelming. Salvation no longer possible, regardless of extraordinary measures that might be taken. A waste, a dead zone. For today I face Good Morning America. Yes, GMA, the utterly desolate abode of no hope. The respected television critic of the New York Daily News, Eric Mink, characterizes it best. Sad. Rather than read to you the entirety of Mr. Mink's recent assessment of Good Morning America and its frantically resurrected program hosts, dinosaurs Charles Gibson and Diane Sawyer, permit me to pick out a few key words employed by Mink in his January 28th GMA essay. Skin crawl, cringing, worthless, desperation, condescension, forced, phony, lame, hemorrhaging. Words lifted from their context? Yes. But that much from their context? No. Has the emergency expedient of drop-kicking Gibson and Sawyer into the void helped GMA by any measurable amount? Well, permit me to conjugate. The show was wretched, the show is wretched, and the show will be wretched. And in fact, truth be told, it is made more so, rather than less, by the additions of Gibson and Sawyer. Oh, well-meaning enough, we suppose, nice people, but so tortuously forced in their counterfeit collegiality, so agonizingly transparent in their fabricated coziness, so utterly lame that they make wheelchair-bound Larry Flint look like the anchor of a 400-meter relay team. They are, to put it succinctly, unwatchable. And to try to is to be overcome by the feeling that some cloying, sickly, gelatinous substance is about to seep from your television set, reeking like a cheap, putrid perfume, to suffocate you beneath its viscous coating, clogging your nose and mouth in a deluge of material that might be exuded by a slug's mucosa, a mask of mud dug from some bog of banality.
Jesus.
And that, in the estimation of this old original redeemer of the insipid, is what has become of Charlie, Diane, and Good Morning America. Pathetic. Yes, you can't get blood from a turnip. You can't make chicken salad out of chicken ick. And you can't make a morning show out of, essentially, a suit dummy and a cholesterol crisis in a house dress. This old veteran's advice for ABC, simulcast NBC. For Media Watch, this is Walter Cronkite. Thank you and good night.
Good morning, Bernard.
Morning, Iman. Yes, we are outside the Mayflower Hotel where we were expecting Vice President Al Gore in about a half an hour. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing this morning? You protecting Al Gore this morning?
Yeah.
What do you think about the scandal in Washington?
Well, they should never impeach him. Get the power to the people, not to the Congress.
What do you think they should do with the budget surplus?
Drop it.
Drop it? Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
I hear you humming now. So you go rob that surplus and we'll talk to you later, okay? Stay black, yo.
When you say stay black, I'm just kind of curious. What other option does he have?
I guess he could put some sort of vanilla ice cream all over his head or something. I don't know. It's just a thing. It's a thing, you know?
I just didn't understand.
Like, stay stupid, man. What choice do you have, right?
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
How'd you get in here? What do you want?
Plugging your gangster friends with their sleazy products.
No, you had
This is outrageous.
That you old homo.
You old queen. Bo and Joey go to the movies. Here's Dennis from Boston. Good morning, Dennis.
Hi, John. I got a scary call last weekend. Well, that was my dog, Megan, my Boston Terrier.
Yeah.
Chuck, how's Ozzy?
Fine, thank you.
Ozzy would be Chuck's dog.
Yeah.
So number 2 Boston Terrier in the country, is it?
Yeah.
Or number 1?
No, not number 1 yet.
The number 2 Boston Terrier in the country.
Well, Megan's got a shot at Ozzy.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
I got a strange call last week. This girl was on the other end of the phone. She said, Dennis, remember me? I'm the girl that walked in the bar that night, bought you a drink. You said what a sport I was? I says, yeah, matter of fact, I do. She says, remember when you left my apartment next morning? You said, what a sport I was? I says, yes, of course I do. She says, well, now I'm pregnant. If you don't marry me, I'm going to kill myself. I said, you really are a good sport.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
V8 Prodigy.
3 times faster rate based on annual comparison data December 97 through December 98.
Here now on the Imus in the Morning program, another excerpt from the Bill Clinton Diaries.
Dear Diary, it hasn't been that great a week. Somebody found the videotapes of those fundraising coffees we held a couple of years ago and gave them to the morons at the campaign finance hearings. Fortunately, the one with Johnny Huang don't have a soundtrack on it. He got erased that night when Ickes and I had a few beers and tried to dub in some phony Jackie Chan movie dialogue.
Mr. President, I am Johnny Huang. Your kung fu is no match for my drunk monkey style.
Speaking of movies, Senator Thompson made this big dramatic speech telling me to step up to the plate and take responsibility for the whole mess. If he were only that dramatic in those crappy pictures he made, he would have won an Academy Award by now. God, I hate that Herman Munster-looking bastard. Can't let on that I do, though. Don't want to alienate him too much. He might still have Lori Morgan's phone number. Love, Bubba.
Uh-oh, sound like Wilbur Harrison.
Going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come.
They got to be.
They got some crazy
Imus and Minus is WFAN in New York. You know, Joey brings Bo down to
Miami. Why? Beats the hell out of me. Unless maybe that guy named OJ is... no.
I has walked from one end of New York to the other. And once today I said to myself, my feet can't stand no more. There's only one thing left for you. Stop walking. Start riding. Why don't you swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Why don't you swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride. Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side. On the other side, I've got my home. Imus in the morning.
DSR Wireless, your source.
See Durango. That's a friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Well, we got Monica on Monday, and it's Garnett Mims time, baby. Come on and cry. Get the fat girl to cry. That's what I'm talking about.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. How will they remember me? What is my legacy?
The Paula Jones deal, the Kathy Willie deal, the Ken Scar deal, the big cigar deal, testimony that's a bit contradictory, inappropriate behavior with Lewinsky.
Oh, Billy boy, Billy boy, Billy boy. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. How will they remember me? What is my legacy?
The phone sex deal, the blue dress deal, the DNA deal, the BJ deal, pointing fingers and denying allegations, the legal definition of sex relations.
Don't cry for me, Betty Curry.
But get those gifts back.
I get
the Linda Tripp deal, the Michael Jordan deal, the Ken Scar deal, the big cigar deal, testimony that's a bit contradictory, inappropriate behavior with Lewinsky, the phone sex deal, the blue dress deal, the DNA deal, the BJ deal, pointing fingers and denying allegations, the legal definition of sex relations, the Nut and Halen deal, the Vince Walker deal, the Paula Jones deal, the illegal loan deal, missing Dylan records found in the book room, booking overnights in the Lincoln bedroom, the crooked land deal, the crooked penis deal, the Ken Star deal, the big cigar deal, testimony that's a bit contradictory, inappropriate behavior with Lewinsky.
More music with a hullabaloo here on KRLA. All right.
I'm a dope from hope, and I'm pushing the envelope, trying to cope, living under the microscope, dealing with the probe. It's completely insane. Stripes on the judge's robe like a DNA stain. Trent Lott and Henry Hyde continue to deride. They won't be satisfied till I'm completely vilified. Said nay, no way, will the Senate dismiss this? Just like Marvin Gaye screaming, can I get a witness? They're all pissed. Larry Flint's got a list. See, I ain't the only one acting like a hedonist on the fast track to fight back, cause that's a fact, Jack. They a bunch of potbellies who call the kettle black. Can't get the house managers to cut me any leeway. Everybody knows it was only just a BJ. I'll survive all the jive sitting in hog heaven. 55 needs 12 to make a 67. What y'all gonna do? Don't you know the Bubba Rousey always comes through, especially when he's fired up. Let me hear you say fired up. Maintaining his dignity, facing them charges indignantly, cause he know that he's fired up. Let me hear you say fired up. This trial is unrefined, a total waste of time, not to mention that it's all on the taxpayer's dime. Ain't even on the cover of Newsweek or Time. Bottom line, Bubba Rhymes didn't commit no high crimes. Now the little girl I freak with and I was indiscreet with, I really didn't cheat with, cause I didn't sleep with. All she did was eat if I couldn't keep a secret. Gave me a gift,
didn't want to keep it. She made me all sweaty in her satin teddy. Gave me some heady, but we weren't going steady. It was really, really petty, but I checked it all with Betty. Made sure girlfriend's alibi was at the ready. Don't want to patronize, looking for a compromise. Can't control my penis, so I should be penalized. Criticize and moralize when you all should sympathize. Cigar between her thighs, you know you all would do likewise. Ladies in the house can see it ain't so very hard to get with me. All I gotta say is fired up. Let me hear you say fired up. Ain't looking for relationships since I got hosed by that Linda Tripp. Don't you know that she was wired up? Let me hear you say wired up. If I was a betting man, I'd make a prediction. Try as they can, they won't get a conviction. There's no hope for Bubba's removal, cause the Pope don't even have my kind of approval. So I came on a little blue dress. The polls keep saying you could not care less. Ain't nobody getting fired up. Ain't nobody getting fired up. What I did with a fat cigar there, but for the grace of God goes pop bar. Stick it in and then fired up. Smoke that, let's fire it up. So what the Senate think they're gonna do? Don't they know that Bubba Rhymes, he always comes through, especially when he's fired up. Let me hear you say fired up. Maintaining his dignity, facing them charges indignantly, cause you know that he's fired up. Let me hear you say fired up.
All right, here now on the Imus in the Morning program, Fat Mouth, and I'm up to here with that fat bitch.
I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. Yes, it's true. And maybe so have you. Brought me a pizza with cheese. Then she got down on her knees. Gave me extensions talking trash on the phone. She made me shout, go baby. I rolled the dice and now I'm gonna have to pay the price. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky, I confess. Since I missed her dress, I guess there is no escape, cause it's all there on the tape. When she told Linda about the stain and cigar, she made me shout, go baby. Her looks ain't much, but she's got so much more for me to touch. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. That Henry Hyde will decide if I will be crucified. And now I'm praying that the House won't impeach. My heart cries out, no, baby, cause now I'm in touch. I just can't look without a little touch. I've had quite enough of Lewinsky. 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 I've had quite enough of Lewinsky.
Fat Mouth here on the Imus in the Morning program. Now live from Santa Fe once again, Fred Imus. You sticking with Atlanta now, Fred?
Yeah.
Okay, 27-17.
All right.
It's the official Fred Imus Tri-State Jeep Super Bowl lock of the weekend.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So,
There you go.
You know, the thing about, Denver, they'll jump on a team, and the big, maybe score a couple touchdowns. The team will quit on them. But Atlanta won't quit. They're like Texas A&M. They'll just keep coming at you.
Yeah.
So.
Texas A&M. Now, where's that? Where do we get these? It's so depressing that you know so much enough about this to employ a Texas A&M reference,
Well, it's just that, Atlanta's they're not a team that's going to quit on you, which has been the case, and sometimes in the past, some of Denver's opponents, they'd quit on him,
Whose side are you on in the Francesa brouhaha?
Well,
Francesa, right?
Yeah, but he made one mistake, I think, are they number one in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Well, that could come back and bite him when they're not number one, to rub that in their face.
I know.
So that's always a mistake. To, if you're number one, just kind of be humble about it. Don't say anything. Because when the worm turns, it could be unpleasant.
Good point.
Very good point.
Excellent point.
Genius.
Yeah.
Excellent point from Baldy.
Good observation.
I wouldn't be doing hair references, Bernard, if I had a head of hair like yours.
Yeah.
But it looks like it just clumps falling out of it. I mean, really. It's unbelievable. You look like your head looks like a sand trap.
Yeah,
my head looks fine.
Well, you're talking about being delusional and in denial.
My head is fine.
My head is fine. Oh,
My head
yeah, great.
is just the best. No
Yeah,
problem.
man, that's just great.
Compared to Fred, I'm cousin Ed.
Seeing it for 8 years.
Really? When it really comes home.
What do you do for Thanksgiving?
Is when we see you on TV.
I feel tired right now.
I saw you down there doing that river dance thing in the lobby of the hotel in D.C.
Right.
And it was clear, that, man, because we were getting a 360 view of your gourd there.
At least you didn't have to worry about me falling down and breaking a hip. If you were doing it.
And there's just big old globs of hair missing out your head. That's what I'm talking about.
Like Scatman Brothers.
Absolutely. So
listen to Geek Neck.
we have determined, Fred, to answer your question about Vernon Jordan.
Come more out my neck than you open your head.
My head's fine.
It's,
my penis is thicker than your neck.
That'll be fine.
Pencil neck short.
We don't need to go there, do we?
No, it's very crude.
That Vernon Jordan
I'm embarrassed.
That Vernon Jordan probably sounds a lot like around the house, kind of like either like that guy from the Jeffersons or Richard Pryor's Mudbone or Grady from Sanford and Son.
Well, the way he talks, I mean, they'll get one answer out of him if they only have 3 hours to question him.
Yeah, that's jive. So.
Yeah.
Who needs it?
All right, well, we're going with Atlanta, Fred.
All right.
All right.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. Imus in the morning. Mo. Gotta go to Mo's. Gotta go to Modell. Gotta go to Modell.
Gotta look good, gotta look fast, gotta look cool, can't look like a fool. Gotta get pumped, gotta look tough, gotta take off, gotta check out the stuff.
For the guaranteed communications fan highway patrol.
Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports rolls on.
A war of words in Miami. Good morning, Mike Green with sports. Problem with 2 weeks between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl, it gives the players too much time to think and too much time to speak. Case in point, Shannon Sharp and Ray Buchanan. Buchanan's the Falcon quarterback who had this to say about the Bronco tight end Sharp.
If you're going to look at Shannon Sharp, man, you got to tell me what he look like. You can't tell me that man don't look like a horse. I'm telling you, the man look like Mr. Ed, but, he talks a lot. So I'm waiting for him to show his teeth and, show his teeth a little bit.
So Shannon's response on Buchanan went like this.
Is he my friend? No. Did I ever view him as a friend? No. Did I ever view him as an acquaintance? No. Do I like him? No. If I see him in a snowstorm, his truck is broke down, mine is going perfectly. Would I pick him up? No.
Don't quite get the snowstorm thing, but
I understand that, but
he just doesn't like it. We're not going to help
clear
him.
So.
It all started over comments Sharp made about Atlanta's Eugene Robinson.
Well, Ray Buchanan is pretty, and Shannon Sharp is hideous looking.
There you go.
Yeah, so
that's it.
Ugly brother.
That has a lot to do with it, yeah. He is an ugly brother.
Eugene Robinson had this to say about his underdog Falcons.
Somebody beat Denver, we can beat them. And if you don't have that attitude, man, go sit home and stay here and stay in the hotel and say that you had a nice time at the parties.
There you go. That's right.
Hey.
Well, required to talk too much, and they reduced to sounding like, us.
Make it from 2 weeks to 1 week, please.
Yes.
One of the stories of the NBA preseason has been Latrell Sprewell being acquired by the Knicks, but the Sprewell trade has overshadowed the arrival of another new Knick. It's Dennis Scott, the 6'8 veteran who goes by the nickname 3D. Scott is ecstatic about playing at the world's most famous arena.
I had a few options, but, you know, how can you pass up playing in the Garden night in, night out with the fans, the bitches, you media? You can't beat it.
Should fit in well with Spree and LJ and the rest of the Knickerbockers.
Dumber and Dumbest, that's the 3Ds?
3D. Dennis Scott, our new man.
He said bitches.
You heard him.
Apparently.
Australian Open tennis.
Let me hear that cut again, Lou.
Yeah.
I had a few options, but, you know, how can you pass up playing in the Garden night in, night out with the fans, the bitches, you media? You can't beat it.
You know, you just...
You
should be
why
shocked.
do you do these things?
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
3D's my man.
3D's an idiot. So
Another
are you.
3. Yes.
All right, Imus in the Morning Play of the Week. Our conversation a couple days ago with Jason Williams. In here from the New Jersey Nest, having just signed a $100 million contract as their center or power forward or whatever the hell position he plays, I'm not sure. Jason Williams, good morning, Mr. Williams.
Yeah, living fat with a P, Imus, man. How you doing, Imus, in the morning, man?
I'm good, Jason.
Yo, Imus, let me do a shout-out to my boy Khalid over at the Rahway State Prison before we get started. Yo, Khalid, keep strong, man. 12 and a half to 25 ain't nothing, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Imus, man, what's up? Imus in the morning, man. And chilling Chuck McCord, man. What's up with you, man?
Not too much.
You some crazy white boys, man. Hey, yo, Imus, man, let me tell you, man. I know that dude that got the hand transplant, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know most of them anyway, Imus. You know what I'm saying, man? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he always be at the Meadowlands holding a hot dog with a hook, man. Yo, now he got a new hand, man. I'll be too scared to give him to do the high five. You know, the hand might end up in the cheap seats or whatnot. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man? Bugging me out, man. Yo, everybody always talking to us about, you know, Jason Williams, funny this, funny that, man. I ain't playing that tonight, man. I'm serious, man. It's war with the Knicks, Imus, in the morning. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, I got a beef with Patrick Ewing, man.
What is the beef?
Yeah, I don't like him, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't like what he did to the players in the strike. I'm sick of the whole Knicks thinking they dominate New York, especially Ewing. I'm going to play Ewing tonight like a... You know, I'm going to play him like a cat plays with a cockroach. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take his stupid ass out, man. Tonight, Jason Williams will sink the missing link, man. That's what I'm saying. Tonight, Ewing's going to look like Tina Turner used to look back in the 70s, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? You know the flavor, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm going to end his career tonight, man. He's going to be out for the season. I can hear Walt Frazier on the radio saying, yeah, what's Ewing doing? Hey, yo, Clyde, man, he's down in the locker room crying like a bitch sucking on his thumb, man. Maybe you better go ask Marv Albert for a pair of panties for Patrick. That's what you should be doing, Clyde. You know what I'm saying, Imus? I'm ready to explode, man. I feel like Mike Tyson, Imus, man. It's crazy. It's a new era. If Latrell Sprewell gets in my face, man, I'll swing that dude around the Garden by his dreadlocks, man. You know, I'll knock up Spike Lee upside the head with him. You know what I'm saying, Imus, man?
I think I do, yeah.
Yo, Spike Lee, man, I'm sick of the whole Knick thing with the Knick fans and all that. You know, Spike Lee up there, the little semi-retarded movie director, you know what I'm saying? Only thing Spike Lee should be doing at the movies is sneaking in to see him, and that's all he should be doing, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm sick of the whole thing, man. You Woody Allen and Tom Brokaw, man. Hey, you know what I feel like doing, man, Imus?
No, well,
I feel like taking my friend's fake hand and smacking Tom Brokaw upside the head, man. Might help his speech impediment, Imus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so check it out. Tonight at the Garden, a new era begins, man. It ain't going to be the Bloods and the Crips or the Hutus and the Tutsis, but it's going to be bloody, Imus, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking you out for the season, man. Right now, I got to go take out the garbage, yo, so I got to be going.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. And I'm pretty. Any boy who isn't me tonight. See the pretty boy in the mirror there. Looking at the attractive guy be.
Shut up.
Imus in the morning.
Sunday. Start. Use as directed.
Copyright 1999 CBS Radio. All rights reserved. Imus in the morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment. And you know what? It still sucks.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule. An indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled the station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume Monday morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
This is the 50,000-watt clear channel voice of the Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers, and St. John, the Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Thomas.
Blame his case. And then if he's wrong, he's wrong. And how it impacts the game today, I'm not sure. But Eddie and Ian can discuss that for the next 5 hours, as a matter of fact. Batchkowski here, Spitzy and Dover back there. We'll do a Monday show from here and then travel home to the Fan. So everybody enjoy your Super Sunday on the Fan.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN.
On Tuesday, February...
Joe, save the good for the last.
Civil action. You know...
Imus in the morning.
We haven't done any commercials, right? More. So we're just, well, it was a mess.
Forget it.
No?
Forget it.
No one in the world cares more about your money than you do. Except, of course, maybe your broker. Well, how about E-Trade? Check them out. You know, E-Trade, E-Trade.com, rated number 1 by Gomez, number 1 by Lafferty. Just log on to eTrade.com and you have access to all the research that brokers do. It's free. You don't even have to be a customer. E-Trade sends you news flashes, real-time quotes. There's a tear-off portfolio you can leave on your desktop so you can watch your stocks. They use fancy encryption technology so nobody can scam on your situation. You can see the info besides, you can see the information that only you can settle. It's a great deal. E-Trade, eTrade.com, well, it is a good deal. So check them out on the World Wide Web, eTrade.com. Y'all be loving it to death, I'm telling you.
Imus.
There's another great idea here. How would you like a free hotel night? Priceline.com, the place where you name your own price for airline tickets and hotel rooms, would like to give you a free hotel night anytime you want. It's that easy. You just tell them when and where you want to stay. You visit Priceline.com on the internet. At Priceline.com or call toll-free 1-800-PRICELINE. Name your own price for a top-quality name-brand hotel room and you'll get your first night free. Use your free hotel night any way you want. Plan your next family vacation, even a romantic holiday weekend getaway. Imagine staying at a luxurious 5-star hotel at your price and the first night's free. It just doesn't get any better than that, does it? Save by naming your own price, Priceline.com. The service is free and so is your first hotel night. Get all of the details, call 1-800-PRICELINE or visit Priceline on the internet at Priceline.com. Either there or call 1-800-PRICELINE.
Hello, business people. AOE Rico guy here to talk about the approaching...
Right here now with comment and observation on headline issues of the day. Imus in Washington's senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Indeed. And thank you so much, as always. Imus in the morning. Well, I do. A most disappointing conclusion to Super Bowl 33, as I'm sure you're aware. We were denied the moments we yearned for. And the only reason I tuned in was for the collapse of the substructure that would topple Stevie Wonder, Gloria Estefan, and Big Bad Voodoo Daddy into a halftime heap that would have resulted in Miss Estefan being impregnated by at least 5 different sources. We didn't see that. No. And equally regrettable, we also didn't see Mike Shanahan and Dan Reeves with their hands around each other's necks in a death grip that would have taken the jaws of life to pry loose. Very disappointing. So, what is left to continue living for? I'll answer that with apologies to your Warner Wolf, as I continue the sports metaphor here, if you were betting the impeachment trial and took no witnesses, you lost. Screw the Super Bowl. It doesn't get any better than this. Let's go to the videotape, JD. Moniker, Sid the Squid, and VJ all talking about the BJ. I've applied my enormous political expertise to everything, Dano. Everything. And I'm going to make a bold pronouncement. Would you like to hear it? Sure. Excellent. This may surprise even you. Here it is. President William Jefferson Clinton not only will not finish his term in office, he won't last another 2 weeks. He's over, I dude. Permit the briefest review of this matter. Remember when everybody said Kenneth Starr would never recommend impeachment? Yeah. Then the Judiciary Committee would certainly never go that route, right? Mm-hmm. Then surely not the whole House. And then absolutely the Senate would dismiss the whole thing as silly. And next that no one would ever depose witnesses. Well, what's happening now, huh? I'm telling you, he's as good as convicted, Dono. We've got Moniker's breast entered into evidence. We've got Sidney Blumenthal ready to fold up. Ain't no Gordon Liddy there, high man. No. And then, when they get Vernon Jordan on the stand, and he starts in with that pretentious blowhard stuff, all the House managers will have to do is employ this old courthouse tactic. Simultaneously, and without saying a word, fix him with a stare. And all of them pull their neckties up over their heads in the old noose bit. Mr. Jordan, I'd venture to say, will go from sounding like Buckminster Fuller to buckwheat, and spill his guts like he'd just stolen something from the big house. I further predict, JD, that no one, including Al Gore, will then be willing to take the presidency in this ugly atmosphere until the line of succession works its way down to the one elected official who is impervious to the politics of personal destruction. President Buddy Cianci, mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, in large part because he's already done time. And anybody who once put out a cigarette on an adversary's forehead for sure gets my vote in these difficult days as the President of the United States.
You know, here's the thing that's disturbing is that Fred is serious.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
you know, I mean, in his analysis, I mean, he's like the people who call, you hear them, they call Mike and the Mad Dog, and they call and they got it all figured out.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that they think that nobody else has arrived at the same solution that they have.
And they've had this great epiphany, and just as soon as it can get out there, they'll say, oh, man, we didn't think of that. Oh, yeah.
Didn't you think it was bizarre, Fred, that you're actually talking to Boomer Esiason? Telling Boomer. What, do you see any irony in this, or the idiocy of it, or anything? You're just...
No, I don't.
Because he called, you know, he called
Boomer
me.
didn't rule it out. You know, he wasn't as bad he could rule it out. You know, he didn't say absolutely not. I'm staying with Monday Night Football. He never said that.
But why would they pay Boomer Esiason a lot of money? And jump in here if you feel like it, Mike. To go out and settle down Ryan Leaf. Does that make any sense to you, Brian?
Ryan Leaf needs to learn from somebody for a couple of years. And he and Boomer are very similar type quarterbacks, you know.
You have no idea how much it pains me to say this, but he makes a good point.
What is the good point?
About bringing a veteran quarterback, someone who has experience.
My brother makes a good point.
Level-headedness like Boomer Esiason. Mark Rippon's another guy they're looking to bring out there, another older quarterback. That's what he needs. Needs some guidance. Fred's right. You can say it.
Fred's right?
Yeah.
Which dog is that, Fred?
Pashock. Get in here.
Who's he attacking now?
He likes to go by the window and bark at the other dogs.
I'll bet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
get over here. Come here.
1, 2, 3. Imus in the morning.
Have you looked inside the golf bags of your favorite pros lately? Well, I have.
Mo Ginsburg now where Bo Dietl gets all his suits.
It's the pipe.
You've heard about tax-free shopping? Well, tax-free is better at Mo Ginsburg. Every single item store-wide at Mo Ginsburg is tax-free regardless of price with no limits. Like buying from Joey right off the back of the truck. Mo Ginsburg, tax-free is only half the story. Right now at Mo Ginsburg, every item on every floor is on sale. Discover 50,000 square feet of the finest quality men's fashions under one roof. All at Mo Ginsburg's lowest price of the season. Why do they carry a boot stuff?
You know something? Paul Ginsburg is the son of Mo Ginsburg. He sells some great stuff over here. Truly.
All styles, all sizes, even yours. Buy what you want, not selected items. For example, choose from their entire stock of outerwear from cashmere coats to fine imported leather jackets. Pay only half price and no sales tax. Do not wait. Shop at Mo Ginsburg, tax-free today. Mo Ginsburg, 5th Avenue, 21st Street. Major credit cards accepted. Extended hours. Great store. Mo Ginsburg.
Hello, business people. AOE Rico guy here to talk about the approaching millennium. One of the decisions you're facing is whether to replace the copiers you have now with digital copiers. Well, back at the last millennium, one of the biggest business decisions was whether to conquer and burn, or to just conquer. Burning alone simply didn't make bottom line sense. Well, a Rico digital copier makes big bottom